Yeah, so you'll tell by little snippets throughout this video that I'm quite fond of the ryobi equipment, and yeah, if they picked up their mower game. Here you go, guys, another video. I'm Nath from Nath's Low Cost Yard Maintenance. There you go, another day all done. Just heading back home. And now, so you guys that watched my channel for a while, I've been doing YouTube for about 6 months, something like that now. You guys that have been watching my channel for a while know that I don't mind the ryobi 2-stroke equipment and the ryobi 1 Plus 18 volt equipment. Coming from an automotive background, I'd used ryobi drills and impact guns and stuff like that in the past. Sort of towards the end of my auto electrician career there, I was doing labour hire for a company that built caravans, and every tool in the workshop was a ryobi 1 Plus. And going across the train track, so the GPS is going nuts. Fair warned. Yeah, so the guy that tunes my 2-strokes and that, he doesn't like the yellow series of ryobi whippersnippers that I've been using. So sort of over the last 12 months that I've been using them, I've tried to, you know, analyse. Other than the fact that the carburetor hasn't got a tuning screw, I couldn't really work out what he didn't like about them. Now, over the last sort of 2 months, with the colder weather and that, and I would say the edges being hard to work, but not enough to bring the edger out, I've been giving me whippersnippers a flogging, both using them as edges, but also using them as hedge trimmers and pole saws. So I've been giving them a flogging, and I've worked out what the Achilles heel is with the ryobi whippersnipper. Specifically, we're looking at the RLT and RBC 25 GM SS or CS if it's a curve shaft. Those models, I've pinpointed the Achilles heel, so I'll take you inside when I get home there, and I'll give you a look at what I found across the last 3 that broke for me. Yeah, 3 or 4 I've got there. Anyway, I pulled them all apart, and I've managed to make one out of the one that did the coil originally. There's a video dedicated to it. It was sort of like my longest serving whippersnipper that I paid like $10 or $20 for. And I worked out over the time using the ryobis, I've paid as low as $10 or $20 for them. The average price would be, say, $60, $40 to $60, say $50 is the average price I've spent on them, and I've only been through 4. So I've done like 200 bucks, you know, 220 bucks over the last year, which is the equivalent of if I bought one brand new. And they're $249 new. I just got one new one this week, and I tell you, it's a beautiful piece of equipment. So I look forward to seeing how it holds up, but I'll show you the differences between my new one and my old one, and sort of the Achilles heel. And I say ryobi's rectified it in the new model, but other than that, can't really fault these machines. I think they're good for the money, and don't understand the reputation, but it's probably like Hyundai doesn't have a good reputation in our country. It doesn't mean that they're not a good quality product, so I'll give you a look at that. So yeah, the RLT and the RBC 25 GM, SS and CS models, and I'm showing you the Achilles heel, or what's failed 3 out of 4 times for me on these particular units. bear in mind I do run the cultivator attachment on one of these that failed, and also the hedge trimmer and the pole pruner little chainsaw attachment. Around the straight shaft whippersnapper without the guard. This is the one sort of been responsible for the last two. Sort of in impeccable condition, so not the cause of the failure. Here's the 3 units that failed. So we're going to the cause of the failure. We'll look at this one. It's the most recent one to fail. It's a fairly good condition unit. It's only done about 2 weeks work with us. As I said earlier, this one was $60. Here's the problem. See if I can hold it there so you can have a look. This is your clutch bell. This nice clean motor here. Pull that out. So that's the engine. Sits inside the cover, something like that. So inside this cover, you'll notice this clutch bell's got plastic attached to it. And it houses into here. And yeah, essentially there's a bearing on there, and that bearing's supported by this plastic housing, which is chewed it all out. So if you look at the other ones that have failed, I'll separate all the clutches though. So this is the next one, same sort of thing, just wore out that enough to no longer support that in there. And yeah, these two completely sheared the whole bit off. And this last one, still had a little bit of plastic left in there, but by then I knew what was going on with them. So you would think the bearing in the clutch end had failed. This one has. That was the first one, which was the completely sheared off. This one here. So that's the clutch for that one. So been sitting around the longest, so rusty. That one is seized up. That bearing is seized up. Engine and whichever attachment that you were running off the end there. There's a torque load on this clutch, like that, thrusting on there. But must have been intermittently locking up on that one as well. So the bearing in there seizing up causes the knurled surface on there to chew that out, that being an intermittently seizing up bearing, and then a completely seized up bearing, which then deems that and the rest of the unit useless. This being the sort of the model that I used last year, which is a few years old model now, I wondered on the brand new model, has ryobi rectified this situation? And if you look on these ones here, so this being the current model, RBC 25.4cc. This is a new model. Yeah, so it's much broader in that area. The actual case feels a lot more chunkier than if you look at the sort of superseded model. It's a lot narrower in that area of the clutch. It runs back skinnier. So to set up to this one, so I'm confident that the new model, without pulling it apart, like I plan I'm going to be pulling it apart soon. I'm confident that this new model is going to have rectified this issue. This is a lot chunkier of a unit right around that entire area. The difference from these models to the previous unit that I used is that these are offset port two-stroke. The previous model before this, which my channel really likes, is the reed valve two-strokes. So the mixture is drawn into the crankcase, but the mixture is drawn straight into the cylinder. So I imagine it'd be much easier to hydraulic one of these engines, probably why they don't give you the tuning screw on the carburetor they did on previous models, but I found that they've run good all winter, so good days out of summer with them. That's a new one, my new bird ready to go. And then this will be my backup one now that I made from the one that did the coil last year. And it's my trusty brush cutter that's lasted us since last spring, so almost a full 12 months now. And yeah, that's what I found goes wrong with your there you go.